Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the show. Hope you are having a great day today. Today is Thursday. It is our crypto and blockchain show. I do have a great show for you all. As always, as you come in, please hit that like button. Today is Thursday, September 19, 2019. Some of the articles I will be discussing with you all today include, central banks to meet with Libra founders in Switzerland, Facebook. Facebook's David Marcus responds to critics over Libra threat. Ripple backed startup gives away 100 million to transform web monetization. OKEx is in the news. I think it's the first time OKEx has been on our show. OKEx Korea drops 5 privacy cryptocurrencies, citing FATF rules. Binance to launch lending for Monero, Zcash, and Dash this week, and something about Wesley Snipes and blockchain. So, like I said, as you all come in, please hit that like button. I really do appreciate it, and we really do appreciate it on the show. So, yeah, how about we get the show going? All right. First topic is central banks to meet with Libra founders in Switzerland on Monday. Officials from the European Central Bank and 25 global central banks will meet with Libra, excuse me, to assess the financial stability risks of the project. On September 16, Libra representatives will meet with the Committee on Payments and Market Infrastructure, or CPMI, a part of the Bank of International Settlements, or BIS, in Switzerland, on the Financial Times reports on September 14. So this was this past Monday. The CPMI, a BIS international standards setter and a member of the Financial Stability Board, consists of 28 member banks, including the Bank of England, Deutsche Bundesbank, and the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. According to the report, the event will be the first major encounter between Libra's founders and global policymakers since Facebook revealed its plans for the stablecoin project on June 18. Benoit Coeur, an ECB executive who will reportedly chair the meeting in Basel, recently said that the bar of regulatory approval for operating Libra in the European Union will be very high. Speaking after a gathering of EU financial ministers in Helsinki on September 13, Coeur stated that it was time for regulators to step up our thinking on a central bank digital currency, hinting at the possibility of such an infrastructure for the ECB, as reported by Reuters. According to Coeur, the ECB started to work on its little known digital currency project plan before the launch of Libra. The exec is reportedly expected to provide a report on virtual currencies to G7 financial finance ministers in October. At the same gathering in Helsinki, French Finance Minister Bruno Le Maire stated that Europe should consider its own public digital currency to exchange or to challenge Libra. Reiterating concerns over Libra, Le Maire claimed that he would discuss the potential for a supported euro coin with his counterparts on the continents next week. So this already happened this past Monday. Parts of the European parts of Europe's countries, most notably in this case France, do not like the thought of Facebook's Libra. Other governments, I can't speak on behalf of all 25 other governments. I know that France do not want Libra in their country, but other governments do welcome Libra. Why? Either way, I don't know. But France has been outspoken in terms of them not wanting Libra in their country. Hello, how you doing today? Julian M. Hope you have a wonderful day today. Yes, France have been outspoken in the fact that they do not want Libra in their country. Now, Facebook's David Marcus responds to critics over Libra threat. Now, this is on the back of what I just read. Those same people from France calls Libra a threat, actually. The head of Facebook's Calibra, the entity created by Facebook to provide financial services, including the digital wallet for the planned Libra cryptocurrency, has spoken out in response to claims from authorities that the project poses a threat to nations' monetary sovereignty. In a tweet thread on Monday, David Marcus, who co-created Libra, said he wanted to debunk that notion, one most notably promoted by France's economy and finance minister, Bruno Le Maire. Le Maire said last Thursday that with Libra, the monetary sovereignty of states is under threat and further threatened to block the project's development in the EU. Marcus said that Libra will be backed one-to-one by a basket of strong currencies. This means that for any unit of Libra to exist, there must be the equivalent value in its reserve. As such, Libra will not be creating new money. That function will strictly remain the province of sovereign nations, he said. The Libra chief further clarified that Libra is being built to be a better payment network utilizing national currencies and delivering meaningful value to customers all around the world. Marcus welcomed the attention from regulators, however, saying, I do quote, we believe strong regulatory oversight preventing the Libra Association from deviating from its full one-on-one backing commitment is desirable. His comments come as a group of 26 central banks spoke in the last topic. So this is David Marcus in the photo. He's saying where Bruno Le Maire is, Libra is a threat to country sovereignty, money sovereignty, meaning, hey, mainly underdeveloped countries, meaning, hey, if so, right now, one Satoshi is more than 6 or 7 currencies. The Iranian Rial, the Vietnamese Dong, I think the Indian Rupee, the Sierra Leone. So those are undeveloped countries. Meaning, hey, if your currency is hyperinflated, case in point, Venezuela and Argentina, and by the time you get your money and go to the grocery store to get your food or to pay your bills, in that short amount of time from getting your check from work and going to do those things, your money has devalued a little, then you want to put a place that will hedge against your money being devalued. Thus, Facebook, Libra. What Bruno Le Maire is saying is, hey, countries with a weak sovereign currency, they can see a situation in which their citizens choose to deal with Facebook Libra over their sovereign current country's currency. What David Marcus is saying from Calibra, the CEO of Calibra, is saying, we are strictly in the business of, let me read what he said because it's quote. Actually, it's not a quote. He says, here we go, this paragraph right here. Marcus said that Libra will be backed one-to-one by a basket of strong currencies. FYI, not one of those currencies are the Chinese yuan. This means that for any unit of Libra to exist, there must be the equivalent value in its reserve. As such, Libra will not be creating new money. That function will strictly remain the province of sovereign nations, he said. That's what he said to basically clap back at Bruno Le Maire. Now, to be honest, I uh, agree with Bruno Le Maire, because if you come on, one Satoshi is 100 millionth of one Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is $10,235, and 100 millionth of that is one Satoshi, and there are 7 currencies that are lesser, where one Satoshi is more than $1 in their currency. And now you're having a new social media currency and other ways of using it that's backed by 5 of the strongest currencies out there. People will use that currency in place of their own sovereign currency. In my opinion, I agree with Bruno Le Maire on this one, to be honest, but I still think Facebook was going to launch. Good evening, JBA Mega Montana. Good evening, Cool Breeze. Good evening, Keep It Techie. Good evening, Jay Charles. Hope you all are having a wonderful day today. All right, Ripple-backed startup giving away 100 million to transform web monetization. The Ripple-backed startup Coil is partnering with Mozilla and Creative Commons to launch a $100 million grant for content creators and developers. Coil is designed to give online publishers a way to directly monetize their work by allowing fans to reward them in both crypto and fiat currencies. One of the cryptos will be XRP. One moment. The new grant program is designed to boost coders and creators who support and promote web monetization. Quote, we believe that this will disrupt siloed content subscription services in the same way that silo ad-based online services providers like AOL were disrupted by the emergence of the open web. Audience prefers to watch content on their terms and tend to punish companies who erect unnecessary roadblocks. Key pieces of infrastructure have already been built. Puma browser is the first browser with native web monetization support. Cinnamon is the first video sharing site entirely financed by web monetization. Stronghold for US dollars and XRP Tipbot for XRP are 2 of the first interledger enabled wallets, meaning um, they said that ties into this one right here, allowing fans to reward them in both crypto and fiat currency. So you'll use Stronghold for if you want to tip or pay in US dollars, and XRP Tipbot if you want to pay in crypto. XRP are 2 of the first interledger enabled wallets. Excuse me, XRP Tipbot will be a wallet, and wow, and Stronghold will be the wallet. So you keep your dollars or your XRP in there. Popular sites like CSS Tricks are experimenting with web monetization as a more user-friendly, privacy-preserving way to make money. And over at JS13K Games, indie game developers have built some of the first web monetization games. So we're seeing I wouldn't even say a starting up, a bubbling maybe of the internet of value, internet of money, or what they call IOV, using money, dollars, fiat, or crypto to pay content creators and developers and sorts on the internet. XRP's XRP backed startup Coil is creating an ecosystem, helping crypto adoption, and the crypto that they're using is XRP. This is a lot, and they're giving away $100 million. They didn't say 100 million XRP. They're giving away $100 million to grants, and grants for people who come up with ways to help this initiative. That's big, in my opinion. That's really big. And not so big news, Wells Fargo to pilot DLT-based cross-border settlement platform. Good evening, reigning woman. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. American financial services company Wells Fargo and Company is planning to launch a pilot of a distributed ledger technology-based internal settlement service in 2020. Internal, not external, internal. In a September 17 press release, Wells Fargo described a DLT-based platform designed to perform internal book transfers of internal payments within its global network using digital cash. The company claimed that it has already successfully tested the concept of money transfers between the United States and Canada. Sounds like the first iteration of the JP Morgan coin so far. The impetus for the idea was the realization of nearly real-time money transactions with no impact on the underlying account. It sounds so much like XRP. It's ridiculous. They're wording it. Oh my goodness. Transaction postings and reconciliation infrastructure with cross-border transactions. DLT will also ostensibly help the company to eliminate the need for third parties and cut transfer times and transaction costs. Lisa Frazier, head of the innovation group at Wells Fargo, said that the company has seen increased demand for further reduction of friction regarding traditional borders, with DLT being able to aid in the issue. Frazier stated, and I do quote, "We believe DLT holds promise for a variety of use cases, and we've energized to take this significant step in applying the technology to banking in a material and scalable way. Wells Fargo Digital Cash has ha, ha, Wells Fargo Digital Cash has the potential to enable Wells Fargo to remove barriers to real-time financial interactions across multiple accounts in multiple marketplaces around the world." End quote. Okay, on the surface, it sounds good, but they cannot be this dense. This is what I mean. Nowhere is it talked about interoperability. Right now, we have JP Morgan doing their own thing. Rumors of Goldman Sachs going to be doing their own thing. Even talks about, what's the other one? I'm missing one. It's on top of my tongue, but oh, Bank of America doing their own thing. Wells Fargo doing their own thing. Each bank are doing their own thing. It's like they don't know the playing field, meaning the different crypto blockchains, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, EOS, Cardano, Tron, dot dot dot. They're talking about interoperability now, meaning you can do things from one blockchain to another. Even we went over an article a couple months ago that talked about XRP is building something that will work with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP's blockchains all together. Crypto learn and say, hey, we can't keep having these silo blockchains and not work together. We have to have some interoperability. You even see Ethereum Classic doing interoperability with Ethereum. They are a spinoff or a fork of Ethereum. Now you have Wells Fargo, JP Morgan Chase, Goldman Sachs, and there are going to be other banks that do the same thing. They're not even talking about interoperability. So it's like they are starting out fresh, like crypto started out fresh, and taking all this time where you're going to have so many banks with their own thing, and then they're going to start on interoperability. That's what I feel. Well, that will not feel. That's what I think so far right now when when I read these stories, because I don't hear the interoperability of, hey, in the new iteration of JP Morgan coin, it's going to be able to work with what the Bank of America has going on, or at the very least have some type of wording in there that says, hey, it's going to be able to work with any other bank's infrastructure. And a lot of these banks are using Hyperledger technology, and there's different forms of Hyperledger, which means it's early. It's no level playing field technology for them to do this, but I wonder how far this will go. I wonder how far this will go because um, you can't just have a Wells Fargo coin that'll only work internally, and you are only one piece of the pie, and there are other banks and platforms out there and cross-border payments out there that are eating up your cake, and you want to do your own thing within your own system. You can't do that. Wow. CBOE withdraws VanEck SolidX Bitcoin ETF proposal from SEC review. So I'm going to read this backwards because it's better that way. To give a little backstory and then to read why, uh, uh, to give a backstory and for that backstory to be a reason as to why they may have done this. Quintella, I'm going to read from here. I'm going to read from right here, then go right here, and then go way back up to the top. Okay. Cointelegraph recently reported that the CEO of investment management firm VanEck Associates, John VanEck, said that the company was now offering a financial product with exposure to Bitcoin. The product offered by the firm is a broker-traded fund that is not currently available to the public, being reserved to institutional investors. VanEck further specified that it will trade over the counter and will not trade on a national securities exchange. The broker traded fund is called VanEck SolidX Bitcoin Trust 144A shares. So 144A is, I'm guessing, is the section in the SEC rule book where they found a loophole to do this type of small ETF. Then it goes on to say last week. Now that was the initial press release. Then says last week, Cointelegraph reported that VanEck had issued just 4 bitcoins via its new trust focused on institutional investors. Data from the company showed that since its launch at the beginning of September, VanEck SolidX Bitcoin Trust 144A shares total net assets were only $41,400, and that's geared toward institutional investors, not retail investors like you and I. That is sad. That is very sad. Now, it goes on to say the Chicago Board Options Exchange, or CBOE, VZX Equity Exchange, has withdrawn its proposal before the U.S. SEC VanEck SolidX Bitcoin Exchange Traded Fund. So let me continue reading on. On September 17, the SEC published a notice that the CBOE had withdrawn its application for the VanEck SolidX Bitcoin ETF on September 13. Although no reason was given, we can pretty much say the reason is you only got 4 Bitcoins. The decision to withdraw the proposal came just weeks after the firm began offering a limited Bitcoin ETF for institutions. The SEC had already delayed a decision on the matter, but was facing a final deadline of October 18 to determine whether to approve or reject the Bitcoin ETF. Despite the withdrawal, VanEck's director of digital asset strategies, Gabor Gerbix, stated in a tweet, and I do quote, "We are committed to support Bitcoin and Bitcoin-focused financial innovation. Bringing to market a physical, liquid, and insured ETF remains a top priority. We continue to work closely with regulators and market participants to get one step closer every day," end quote. So, the VanEck SolidX Bitcoin ETF was withdrawn. And the reason I read that article backwards is because I think that of the, how do they put it, the limited Bitcoin ETF that they geared to institutions garnered only 4 Bitcoin and a total net assets of $41,400. That is the reason why I think they withdrew the Bitcoin ETF proposal. That was pretty sad, which means it may not be much, what's the word I'm looking for? Demand, chunky mail, much demand for this Bitcoin ETF by institutional investors as we thought, but it's kind of, I don't know. I don't even know who they geared it to. So we'll see. We'll see. I was going to say, we've been hearing institutions get into the crypto space, but again, we don't know who they geared it to. All right, these next few are interesting. OKEx Korea drops 5 privacy cryptocurrencies citing FATF rules, Financial Action Task Force rules. Regulatory pressure on cryptocurrency exchanges to stop providing users with access to so-called privacy coins is growing. The South Korean arm of the Malta-based OKEx exchange announced early on Monday that it is to delist 5 cryptocurrencies that promote extra privacy features for users. From October 10, the exchange will no longer support trading in Monero, Dash, Zcash, Horizon, and Super Bitcoin. In its notice, OKEx Korea said it will delist cryptocurrencies that violate laws or regulations and policies of government agencies and major exchanges or major agencies. Specifically, in this case, it cited the travel rule recommendation to national regulators from the Financial Action Task Force, or FATF, as a reason for pulling the 5 coins. So these privacy coins, of course, don't give your information or who's sending the crypto, and some even blocks who's sending crypto to who. So travel rule means, actually talk about the travel rule in here. Well, I say travel rule means you have to send, hey, our customer is sending your customer X amount of money. Their name is, his name is this. He's from here. That's the travel rule. Reading on. The exchange said that as per FATF rules, it is recommended that the exchanges be able to collect relevant information such as the name and addresses of the sender and recipient of the virtual assets. As such, it had decided to delist the cryptocurrencies that did not allow the data to be obtained, such as, you guessed it, privacy coins. The UK arm of Coinbase also dropped support for Zcash in August, likely due to the need to identify users when required by authorities. This summer, Financial Action Task Force finalized its recommendations to its 37-member nations, including a controversial requirement that virtual asset providers provide VASPs, virtual asset service providers, or VASPs, including cryptocurrency exchanges, pass information about their customers to one another when transferring funds between firms. So OKEx drops supports for Monero, Dash, Zcash, Horizon, and Super Bitcoin. Now, moving on. This next article says cryptocurrency Dash to begin trading on Coinbase Pro. That's weird in my opinion, because if OKEx dropped it due to Financial Action Forces task rules, then Coinbase, which is situated in America in San Francisco, why are they turning around and letting Dash be traded on Coinbase Pro? Cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase announced its listing. Oh, and Gemini, which is also based in America, they support Zcash too. They've been supporting Zcash for a while now. Cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase announced its listing of cryptocurrency Dash following an exploration period with the exchange that ended last week. Deposits will be accepted today, followed by trades opening Tuesday. So this was Monday. I think it was Monday. Coinbase announced its review of 8 cryptocurrencies earlier last month. Of those under study, Dash is the first to be approved. A proof of work cryptocurrency, Dash focuses on payments and security, with a reported market cap of over 800 million, according to Maserati. Dash is the 16th largest cryptocurrency by that metric. In an interview with CoinDesk, Dash Core Group CEO Ryan Taylor said listing on Coinbase Pro was an investigative process due to the standards Coinbase holds. Recently, the privacy features of Dash have come under scrutiny from other exchanges and regulators. Now, before I get into that, usually what happens is a coin will be listed on Coinbase Pro, then a week or a few weeks later, it's listed on Coinbase. Continuing on, Dash implements a privacy technique called CoinJoin. Taylor said, CoinJoin has been implemented a number of times on the Bitcoin blockchain. Dash is one of the first, which is why it probably has been labeled a privacy coin. Dash implements a privacy technique called CoinJoin. Now, that is what Coinbase understands and what we've been educating exchanges and regulators about. CoinJoin mixes transactions into a single transaction on the blockchain. CoinJoin mixes transactions into a single transaction on the blockchain. The process makes it more difficult to identify where payments are directly going. Unlike other privacy coin protocols, including Monero's Bulletproofs or Zcash and ZK Snark's implementation, CoinJoins are not totally anonymous. It is important for our users to the access, and so it's important regulators know the distinction. He continues. So, CoinJoins are not totally anonymous. So, yeah, that's weird how one exchange says we're going to delist you, but another picks you up. Yeah, it is interesting, Julian. Now, it is interesting. Now, this right here, let's put the cherry on top. Dash to launch lending for Monero, Zcash, and Dash this week. There we go. But it's pretty. There we go. Binance Exchange will feature 3 new coins within the 5th phase of its crypto lending product available for subscription starting from September 20. After initially launching its Binance lending service on August 28, Binance will now allow users to lend assets and earn interest with 3 major altcoins, including privacy-focused coin, Monero, Zcash, and Dash. Right? You see? So OKEx says no, Coinbase says yes to Dash, and now Binance is saying yes to Dash. Now, they're not saying Binance.us. They're saying regular Binance. We'll get back to this chart right here. Similarly to the initial phase, lending products on the 5th phase on the platform will have a 14-day fixed-term lending period after subscription from September 20 to September 21. According to the announcement, all cryptocurrencies will have the same annual interest rate of 3.5%. In the initial phase, Binance's native crypto, Binance Coin, had the highest annualized interest rate of 15%, while the 4th phase offered 10% and 6% interest rates for BNB. So the interest rates are going down with each phase. The phase also offered lending for Bitcoin with 3% interest rate and a total subscription cap of 2,000 BTC, as well as Ether, Ethereum Classic, and stablecoin Tether. The interest calculation period for the 5th phase will be from September 20 to October 4, while interest payout time will take place immediately. Immediately. You don't have to wait. After the loan term matures, Binance tweeted. I noted. Yesterday, Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao dispelled fears that a hacker had attacked. That's nothing to do with. Let's go to our article. So we have, per the chart, we have Monero, Zcash, and Dash, which are the digital assets. The term to maturity, you have to lock it up for 14 days, all three on 14 days. Total subscription cap, everyone who holds these cryptos, all in. So the total subscription cap for Monero is 30,000. Monero for Zcash is 60,000, and for Dash is 30,000. So Monero and Dash is 30,000, Zcash is 60,000. The individual cap, so individually, you can put up to this amount per individually. For Monero and Dash is 300, and for Zcash is 600. So 10%, okay. Annualized interest rate, all three is 3.5% after 14 days. For every, so the lot size is 1. Interest per lot at maturity. So at maturity, if you put in the max for Monero and Dash at maturity, and the lot size is 1, interest per lot at maturity is 0.001342. So we're gonna multiplying that by 300, it leaves you under just half of either a Monero or Dash. Now you multiply, now that 0.001342 is for all three. You multiply that by 600 if you have 600 Zcash or 300 Monero and Dash, then that will equal 0.8, just under, a little under a full Zcash. So that's what the max. That's if you max out the individual cap. Yeah, they're saying, hey, you can lend us your Monero, Zcash, Dash, and I think 6 or 7 other cryptos for 14 days, and we'll give you some later. So if you feel like, you want to take that deal, go ahead, go right ahead. All right, so New York, New York, New York, New York, New York among 13 states excluded from Binance.us as Binance.us opens for registrations. New York can't oof, they can't cut it. Let me see. Okay. All right. The U.S. arm of cryptocurrency exchange Binance is opening for registration and deposits on Wednesday. The platform will go live supporting just 6 cryptocurrencies initially, which are Bitcoin, Ether, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and the Tether stablecoin. Binance's own BNB token is also supported. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, actually. Okay. The platform expects more cryptos to be added in coming weeks, providing they pass Binance.US's digital asset risk assessment framework. Notably, Binance has recently launched dollar-linked stablecoin BUSD, or Binance USD, is not supported. The new launch comes after stateside users of its global platform, Binance.com, were barred from trading back in June. The company did not provide reasons for the restriction at the time, but it was almost certainly over regulatory concerns. In a blog post on the launch of registrations on Tuesday, Binance.US CEO Catherine Cooley, who left a role as head of XRP institutional liquidity at Ripple in July to join the firm, explained that the U.S. rollout is to be gradual, with 13 states not supported at launch. These include New York, Florida, and Texas. Previously, when U.S. residents were allowed to use Binance.com, the firm listed just 6 U.S. states as restricted from trading. Cooley said, and I do quote, although it is upsetting that we cannot offer Binance.us in the states where I grew up and earned my education, at this time, please rest assured that this is just the beginning, and it is our mission to bring access to those of you in these states many of us call home. So, what are the other states? I'm glad you asked. I'll leave a link to all the articles and everything discussed in the show down in the description. So, un, uh, under articles. So, the other states are Alabama, Alaska, Kentucky. No, not Kentucky. Why I say Kentucky? I apologize. Let me read that over. Alabama, Alaska, Connecticut, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Louisiana, New York, North Carolina, Texas, Vermont, and Washington. Reading it again. All 13 states are Alabama, Alaska, Connecticut, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Louisiana, New York, North Carolina, Texas, Vermont, and Washington. Those are the 13 states that are not to allow residents whose residents are not allowed to register on Binance.com. Um, Yet. The post also sets out the fees that will be charged for trading, which will start once sufficient liquidity has been achieved through new deposits. Describing the fee structure as straightforward, Cooley said that personal accounts will be charged a flat fee of 0.10% per trade. A flat fee of 0.10% per trade, while corporate accounts will see charges vary depending on their trading volume. Until November 1, 2019, though Binance.us is charging zero fees for all users. So up until November 1st of this year, there are zero fees for all users. After that, you'll be charged a flat fee of 0.10%, not 10%, but 0.10% per trade. Users who already have deposits with Binance.com will not see their funds automatically transferred to the U.S. platform. Cooley said she cited the fact that Binance.us is a separate entity operated by BAM Trading Services as the reason. BAM Trading is registered with the U.S. Treasury Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, or FinCEN, in the U.S. Answering her own question as to whether Binance.us is protecting users' deposits with insurance, Cooley said Binance.us takes security seriously. We prioritize customer protection, and have measures dedicated to protecting customers from theft and hacking. It is not clear if the new entity will offer a similar protection scheme as Binance, which notably provides the Secure Asset Fund for users, or SAFU. After a $40.7 million hack back in May, the fund was used to repay all affected users. That's the only precedence in crypto to good evening, cool breeze, to say, hey, what to do in case of an attack. Having fun ready. Having fun ready. Mount Gox is still going on, and other crypto hacks are still going on. So yeah, that's what's going on with Binance.us so far. That's what's going on with them. All right, our last topic of the show of the night is Wesley Snipes is launching a tokenized $25 million movie fund. Wesley Snipes, Dr. Wesley Snipes. No, that's not the beginning. There we go. Liechtenstein Crypto Assets Exchange, LCX, is tokenizing a 25 million movie fund together with renowned Hollywood actor Dr. Wesley Snipes. Yes, this is the Wesley Snipes. The news was reported by the Cointelegraph off Deutsch on September 9. Dr. Snipes is an American actor, film producer, martial martial artist, and author, known for his roles as the Marvel Comics character Blade in the Blade filming trilogy, as well as for films such as New Jack City, Major Leagues, White Man Can't Jump, Passenger 57, which was a good movie, and Demolition Man, which is a great movie. According to the report, the partners aim to launch a fully compliant security token offering, or STO, via LCX's Liechtenstein-based platform and blockchain infrastructure. The tokenized $25 million Daywalker Movie Fund, or DMF, will invest in future movies and TV shows produced by Dr. Snipes and his production studio, Mandy House. Launching an STO will reportedly lower the entry barriers. I'll read that again. Launching an STO will reportedly lower the entry barriers for both institutional and retail investors, enabling movie fans to invest alongside established Hollywood producers. The DMF token, or Daywalker Movie Fund token, will offer investors a share in the profit of the fund's productions, as well as conferring extra benefits such as invitations to movie premieres. All profits will be reinvested in the DMF token to boost its long-term value. DMF will be managed by an investment committee of professional fund managers. Alongside Dr. Snipes, LCX's, LCX's blockchain technology platform will not only host the STO, but handle registration and identity verification for all prospective investors. Dr. Snipes has described the tokenized fund model as a means to enable movie fans to become indirect co-producers of forthcoming features. Pre-registration is open on the LCX site, with registered users to have priority when the STO is formally launched. I remember this article I'm about to read. In October 2018, Cointelegraph reported that the actor and producer Johnny Depp had partnered with crypto-powered social media entertainment platform Tatatu to jointly create and produce film and digital content together. Tatatu is actually it's going out the scope of the article. Actually, let me read that. Tatata, what is it? Tatatu focused on combating privacy and improving transparency for rights holders, as well as on assisting high quality brand advertising using distributed ledger technology. So this is the site for the Liechtenstein crypto assets exchange. If you scroll down, you see Wesley Snipes Daywalker Movie Fund. So excuse me, if you're interested in reading all this, all articles will be left down in the description, as well as all of the topics will be left down in the description under articles. To get to the market cap, the current crypto market cap is 272 billion. Bitcoin dominance sitting at 67.27%. Bitcoin is at $10,218. Ethereum is at $220, and XRP is at 30 cents. All right. Thank you all for tuning out. If you all haven't already, please hit that like button. We really do appreciate it over here. There will be another show on after this. And thank you all for tuning out. This has been Lionel from Food with Money for your Thursday blockchain and cryptocurrency news and insight show. So with that said, I will catch you guys on the next one. Oh, and don't forget to tune in tomorrow at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time for our early morning crypto show on the Food with Money YouTube channel. So With that said, I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.